I have realized something crucial recently, and it's that webtoons are doomed to get pooed on from the very start. I don't know if it's on purpose, like a self-sabotage type beat, but that's how it is. Hi again, guys, and just think about it for a second. Most people only know about the boyfriend's webtoon from the animations that would interrupt their otherwise relaxing YouTube viewing sesh. Like, imagine you're kicking back, getting ready to watch some classic Ray William Johnson, and then you get jump scared by the scariest thing on earth, gay people.
I've never been too much of a fan of sports, but there's a guy that I wouldn't mind shooting hoops for. He was flirting with me and I completely missed it.
It's not a great first impression, and it certainly isn't going to make you hate the webtoon you haven't read any less than you already do. And as someone who can say they've read all of the boyfriend's webtoon, the animations are definitely harder to look at than the comic itself. It's literally just endless fluff in a universe where problems and homophobia don't exist, and where people are actually good at communicating by default. And it got me wondering, what other webtoons are being done dirty, just done disgusting by some painful marketing when the comics themselves are probably fine? It turns out there's a lot of potential candidates, like 130 videos worth in the official Webtoon trailers playlist. Did you know there's a PUBG webtoon? If you enjoy this video, there will be this big card at the end that takes you to my in-depth review of the boyfriend's webtoon. That one's a doozy. And did you know that only a fifth of y'all are subscribed with notifications on? Kinda hurts my feelings. If you subscribe and hit that bell, you'll never miss another upload. It takes 2 seconds, and you can always undo it later if you decide you hate me.
One night, an alien appeared. Question mark. It fell from the sky. Some bullshit, I don't know. At first, I didn't understand her.
No face sucking on the Kwite channel. We cater specifically to bitter and lonely people here, and we will not tolerate happiness within a 5-mile radius. The characters in this animation are moving like slinkies, man. It looks like one of those inflatable tube guys you'd see outside of car dealerships. Now, that was part of the trailer for the webtoon Down to Earth, and the art itself looks fine to me. It's just whoever was doing the motion tween to make the pictures, move, made every action just fucking bounce like a toddler getting launched off a trampoline.
What the hell? Problem? Oh, do you live here? It looks like we're going to be neighbors. Neighbors? Are you kidding me? Hi, I'm Martial Law. I know who you are. Blah blah blah, intro blah. Ain't nobody got time for that. As always, thank you for watching. This is Martial Law, signing out.
That music choice is crazy. It sounds like a track that would play during an ad for some camgirl site before the hub video you're trying to watch plays. It just comes off to me as sounding very, sensual. In my opinion, the presentation of this ad doesn't really seem to fit the tone of the story that the webtoon seems like it's trying to tell. And you'll probably agree with me after the complete tonal shift in the trailer 10 seconds after that last clip.
This guy gave my game a bad review on YouTube and destroyed my dream of being a game developer. Then one day, he came to my place. Sam, I really need your help.
Oh my god, if that's what you blinking looks like, please never do it again. It was traumatic to watch.
What the fuck? I need your help. It's of the utmost importance. My computer crashed. Looks like a pretty standard script error. Does that mean you can fix it?
He kidnapped that woman. He just committed a crime. And also, he's dumb as a rock. How on earth do you know how to use all your camera equipment, your editing software, and fucking OBS, the most intimidating program known to man, but you don't know how to look up a blue screen of death error code? Now, one thing that's important to remember with webtoons is that it isn't a genre, it's a medium. Any type of story can be told through these online comics, and like any other creative medium, it has its limits.
Assassin roommate. I found my roommate online. His name is Kurt. There's something about him. He's always walking around the apartment, naked. He's always so...
Damn, he is just like me for real. My balls are literally hanging in the open air just out of frame. That being said, the art looks pretty good whenever I pause the video, but then I see that shit moving and I'm like, what the fuck is going on with his eyes and his hands and his hair and everything else wagging in the wind? The original art was obviously made to be consumed in panel form because, you know, it's a comic, and I feel like trying to retrofit those drawings into a trailer with limited moving parts that are operating on pivot points like one of those AIs that makes still images sing doesn't always come out super flattering. It's just never gonna have a perfect result when you try to take still images and make them like have the illusion of movement, you know? I'm about to have an absolutely scalding hot take here. Like, you will get third-degree burns if you touch this opinion without safety equipment, but in this one specific way, I think the boyfriend's webtoon ads are actually some of the better ones.
Yo, I'm kicking you out the dorm.
You're crazy.
Well, my friends and I are gonna throw parties, so you gotta get out.
The heck? Why? Your friends are my friends too, idiot.
You always spike the brownies in these parties.
They're delicious, though.
Ow!
It's fair to say that the ads themselves are like annoying or whatever, but they are the ones that have gotten the most attention for a reason, I think. Boyfriends is one of the more popular webtoons out there, so it can probably afford to get the animation treatment more often as a result. And because of that, it works out in the trailer itself's favor. I know that was a fan animation and not an actual Boyfriends trailer, but it illustrates the same point. Everything I'm saying about this animation applies to the official animations. I think a big thing with these motion comic trailers is that people want to preserve the art style of the webtoon while still making it more visually engaging beyond a still frame. That way people will want to read the comic if they like the art style. It can just be wonky as hell at the end result, at least in the context of an ad with no sound besides the music. The Boyfriends trailers have the advantage of being pretty much one-to-one with the art style in the webtoon, and it's easier to animate because the style is simple. As a result, you have a relatively compelling ad that accurately represents to some degree what the comic they're advertising would look like. As far as it being easier to do because the art style is simpler, that's just smart design in my opinion. Like, you've made an art style that's very striking and very replicable, that way marketing is easier. I even was able to have my artist, Ariwood, do it in that style for my last Boyfriends video thumbnail.
My name is Hannah. This is what I look like at night. I was cursed into a dog when I got really drunk. Really drunk. And kissed the wrong guy. Oh shoot. When the clock strikes midnight, poof, I turn into a dog.
I haven't read that comic, but the premise in this trailer is crazy. So girl turns into a dog at night because she kissed the wrong dude, and to undo the curse, she needs to kiss the same guy again. It's like if the people who wrote this were driving a car and bestiality was a kid crossing the road that they were about to hit. They just managed to swerve out of the way at the last possible second and not hit that kid.
The name is Hades, god of the underworld, king of the dead. My night was a disaster. I didn't want to be at this party until I saw her.
Bro was in the middle of taking the fattest shit of his life right there. He was passing a kidney stone. This is a webtoon called Lore Olympus, and it's actually one a lot of people say I should read to make a video on. I don't know if I will, but if there are any webtoons out there y'all think I should be taking a look at, whether it's because they're cringe, controversial, or actual works of art, be sure to let me know in the comments because I am actively on the lookout for that stuff.
Persephone. She looked so sad.
Really? To me, she looks like she's doing the Salt Poppy face. And the way he read that line was so judgmental. Aw, she's so sad. Are you gonna cry about it? Cry, baby? Get over it. Depression isn't even real.
Sad. Why was she trying to hide it? What does she see in me?
Now, you've probably noticed with that trailer, there's something different about it compared to all the other webtoons we looked at. Namely, that the narration isn't just me doing some dog shit overdub in 2 seconds. I've seen a lot of these up to this point, and a surprising amount of them do not have voice acting. In fact, almost none of them do. They just do the motion comic format and have the text on screen for a viewer to read. And it's like, come on, man. If you're advertising to people on YouTube, they are not in a reading mood when they see that ad. They're looking to be able to turn their brains off and get spoken to. I know the whole medium of webtoons itself is literally reading. When you go to actively read a webtoon, you're making an active choice and commitment to sit down with a good book. I feel like for trailers meant to be played on YouTube specifically, just a little bit of narration, reading the premise being set up in the trailer out loud would go a long way for sticking in a viewer's head. Anyways, that's all the webtoons ads I can make myself look at today. There's plenty more, so if this video does well, I will definitely check them out. That card I mentioned should be on screen now. If you enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on, and don't go after anyone I talked about today because that's cringe, and this is all meant in good fun. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I'm hungover.